Hello and welcome to Central. Yes, I am joined by Jake from Infused, and I will bear in mind at the moment that we do have a man behind the camera, and that is Epsilon Shane. So these two teams already kind of sizing each other up for this game to come up. How are you feeling playing the Epsilon boys?
Obviously, Epsilon are a good team, came second at G50, but coming to this event, I was kind of thinking top 3 minimum. Epsilon, the only team I was really expecting to lose to. But we've been a tiny bit shaky, a bit games closer than we should have been. We've got top 3, which is what my aim was, but it was rougher than I thought it would be. So it'll be a close game against Epsilon, but I think we're still capable of taking them, though. Yeah.
Fair enough. Shane kind of shaking his head a little bit behind the camera there, not worrying too much about it. They are sizing each other up. That game will be on main stage very shortly. I believe it's about an hour away. We have a game in between. Okay, Jake, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the drama that has actually happened on Twitter. You've been quite vocal about it, and
well,
I spoke to Josh a little bit about it. I spoke to you a bit about it. Is that all kind of settled under the rug now? I mean, it's a bit heated, this event. Is it all kind of simmered down? You're just looking forward to moving on?
Well, I thought it was settled down, but then obviously Josh and Sam had that bit of a Twitter battle yesterday after the game yesterday. They were like, "What? Oh, Sam didn't shake Josh's hand because some of the things that Josh said after one map. He said one thing, to be fair. It was a bit harsh, but he said one thing and got a bit far. Ended up with a massive Twitter argument again. And everyone's kind of like, it's unnecessary. We just put it behind us, and like." I like to think I shook his hand. I haven't really spoken to him much, but like I feel like we've put it aside now and we've like just forgot about it and moved on with it. But it was definitely blown out of context and proportion a lot. Like it wasn't. It shouldn't have been as much as it was. And in my opinion, people acted wrongly in how they should have, like myself included. But yeah, hopefully it's put aside now and don't have a repeat of it in the future.
I'm going to talk about it. This all stemmed from, if what I've been told is correct, this all stemmed with your plan for Ghosts. This is where it all kind of kicked off originally. And your plan for Ghosts is you're teaming with Vintage, I believe.
Well, it's hard to explain, basically. But basically, when Infused was formed, it was four misfit players, right? I'll come from Prophecy. Josh was a free agent, he considered washed up. Sam just left Curse, which kind of failed. They failed at first G50. Vintage was a free agent too, you know. And the me and Josh originally came together and we were like, let's just form a team. We've got nothing else to do. Got Sam, got Vintage, picked up. We were just like, well, let's do the best we can in this game. And the plan wasn't really to stay. We weren't a stable team. It was just like a last-minute thing. So when we went and won EGL and like obviously got on really well and we were a really good team, it was a massive shock to us, and that's probably the only reason I'd say we stuck. In my opinion, like I wanted to stick, but the thing with Ghost, it's such a different game. We play such a weird playstyle. We have 3 SMGs. You had no idea what's going to be on Ghost. It could be 3 ARs. It couldn't work at all. So my plan to go to Ghost was kind of just like put myself in a free agent, try and find a stable team again, and just see what happens. You know. So the plan was kind of just to lead the team, do my own thing. And then I was talking to Vintage, obviously, and he's an AR, I'm an SG, so no matter what the game's like, we'll kind of fit together. So our plan was we'd stick together, and that we decided that like last week probably. And then all the drama started with Bissell being dropped, Josh being dropped, and it's not really a case of being dropped, it's just us going away to do our own thing.
So you say Josh is dropped, but I believe that plan, it's not as clear-cut as you actually say.
Yeah.
You're not dropping Josh per se, you're waiting till an 18-plus event, and then you'll probably make the team change. Because you're quite happy to team with Josh, from my understanding, for any event that actually allows him to play. Because although Ghost is a 16-plus, we're expecting some big tournaments to be 18-plus.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, Josh and Bissell, both top players. I'm not questioning the ability, I'm not questioning the skill or anything. I would never drop either of them. Like, I'm in no position to. I can't sit there and be arrogant and say, you're dropped, you're not good enough for my team, you know? I can never say that. But the question with Josh, obviously, we can't be missing tournaments because of his age. We don't know what the age is, but we can't really be missing it. I would be willing to team with him, but as I said before, I'd like to play Ghost for a bit. There's a nice little break before any serious tournaments happen, so there's a good time where you can go get a feel for the game, see what happens with other teams and stuff. So I don't really want to rush into things. I want to try and get the strongest team possible for Ghost next year.
Okay, talking of teams, you've picked up Tommy for this event. Now, this actually changes the playstyle Infused were famous for, that, you know, Russian, mob 'em, fast and furious, get in their face kind of playstyle.
Yeah.
How is that working out for you playing? I mean, don't get me wrong, Tommy, probably one of the best pickups you could have got in the scene.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
It's been a bit shaky, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we haven't had much time to scrim due to Tommy being in France and stuff and people being unavailable, but it's kind of weird because I've had to change my role, which is not the best thing, because we have ESWC next week as well, which we're taking Nick to. Excellency, and I can go slot back into my role after. So I'm having to play what Bissell used to do, which is kind of.
So you're taking Excellence to ESWC. So basically, it's like G-Fin, but for Josh instead of Bissell.
Yeah, but Josh and Bissell do like similar roles, so it's easy to swap. Whereas like Ben's the anchor, then I'm kind of like a Slayer, like all-round kind of player. But I'm having to go into the S&G role while Tommy slots into that AR all-round player role for this event. So it's been kind of weird. It's been a bit shaky, but we kind of come out on top simply just due to the caliber of players in our team, I think.
Fair enough. Well, I'm sure everybody's waiting for that Epsilon Infused game. Epsilon obviously not being there in full force at the last EGL, so certainly going to be a bit of a clash going on. You two teams haven't played each other yet, as far as I know, on LAN.
No, Epsilon are the one team I haven't played on LAN, actually. Well, TCM as well. I somehow have never played them. They always, like last event, TCM just keep failing, and they've done it again this event. But Epsilon.
Not yet. They're still in the losers bracket.
When I went to go and play Epsilon, they split and became prof, and then we beat them. I think like Josh has got like a record. He's beaten Jerd 8 times and never lost. Like haven't lost to Jerd on this event, on this game. Beat him twice. I've beaten Madcat 3 times. Haven't lost in this game on either. So it's going to be a weird one because it's kind of like prof, but it's kind of like Epsilon. I've never played them. I don't know what it's going to be like, but. I have a feeling it could either be a really close game or they would smash us or we'll smash them. I can't call it. I honestly can't.
Fair enough. Well, we will find out very shortly. Thank you very much for joining me, Jake.
No problem.
We're going to go to a very short commercial break and we will be right back, I've been told, with a game just after this.